Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Hello, viewers around the world. Another day between the lines, 24th May, November 2025. I'm here, Matt Godwin, here in Milan studio, and George is there. George, how are you?
Hello, greetings to the world from Canada, Toronto, Canada, where we are happy to be here on SSM News Echo Monday Between the Lines, bringing you the updates about things happening around the world. So we're ready
Powerful,
to
George. Powerful. This signal, this startup signal is beautiful, George. So let's roll. George, it's still Nigeria, George. This morning, finally, we got a press release. US has planned to provide intelligence support, defense equipment to Nigeria. The media, the presidential media was telling us this. Following all the last week meeting between Nigeria delegates and US officials. So they've now come to what they will do and explore new avenues of cooperation. George,
Yes.
Do you think this will work? Do you think this is the way to go? Is this it?
Well, to me, there are so many angles into this. This is one of those situations that have a lot of tentacles to it. The United States has committed to deepening security collaboration with Nigeria, including enhanced intelligence sharing, which they have been doing. And supplying military equipment for counter-terrorism operations. Now, this is where they have, come to. So the disagreement followed a series of high-level meetings in Washington, D.C. between a senior Nigerian delegation led by National Security Advisor and U.S. government bodies. Now, the officials use this meeting to counter our Nigerian officials. Use this meeting to counter claims of genocide. Rigorously motivating violence and presenting the conflict as one that comes across all ethnic and religious divides. So they're saying that there is no Christian genocide, but there has been a lot of killings both between Christians and Muslims. So when you want to this misconception, Nigerian officials need to, what you really need to we need to understand is there are so many tentacles. But I'm going to allow you to say something. Then I come back.
No, I'm not saying anything. You're going to continue, George. But let's bring in our man. With us also, viewers, is the powerful panelist here, Dr. Olufemi Obab. Dr. Olufemi, can you see me? Can you hear us? Can you coordinate?
Yes, I can hear you. I can relate. I can relate. Hello, my brothers.
Hey.
Hello, Nigerians all over the world.
Right.
Yes, how are you, my brother?
I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you, sir?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Nice.
So, but anyway, as we were just discussing a few minutes ago regarding America agreeing with Nigeria, to counter the insurgency. What we really need to understand that, like I said before, there are many tentacles to this. Number one is agreeing to do this. Number two is agreeing to give us, give us information about what's really happening, intelligence, and all those type of things. But number two is also we have to understand that at a larger extent, Nigerian intelligence, when they receive it, we have moles. We have moles because consistently we have seen it. That when intelligence comes, there is almost like somebody from the inside giving these terrorists information, either warning them not to come, or maybe when they are coming, these people will disappear for some crazy reason. Maybe they are afraid because of the type of ammunition that these terrorists have versus what they are, operating with. For whatever reason that is, we understand there are moles inside. And this tells us that there is complicit with certain individuals in the hierarchy of the government in the north. So these are the things we're dealing with. So we can understand America wanting to give us intelligence and to share intelligence with us. But is it going to really work? Because
right,
so
George.
far, when you have seen, let me just finish this so Dr. Olufemi can come in. What you have seen is increase in the kidnapping of these young people and elders. And the reason why they're doing so is because when they bring them to their camps, they're trying to discourage airstrikes. That's what you're seeing. Because when you have all these individuals in the bush with them, the airstrike cannot come and wipe them out. Therefore, they have to use some kind of
human shield. Human shield.
That's what they're using it for. So we see the strategy that they are implying. So it's really something.
Dr. Olufemi, the discussion here is what happened as of this morning. The press memo we got from the presidency saying that U.S. is going to provide us intelligence support, defense equipment, and this comes after the meeting they've had, both ends, high-level meeting, Nigeria delegates and the United States officials, both agreeing to partner together in areas of security. So what do you say, Dr. Femi? Will this work? Is this the way to go? Will it be a truthful, transparent operation?
Thank you very much, Mark, and thank you very much, Sir George. I pray and I hope it works, because that is what we desire. And I could see the passion in you guys here that we want Nigeria to be safe. But in all this, we have to also put to account the fact that in order, you have to put that into account the fact that the issue at hand here has a Nigerian factor in it. Like Sir George said, it has a Nigerian factor in it. The Nigerian factor is this: we know, and we all know, except we're deceiving ourselves, either politically or not, a lot of Nigerians are corrupt-minded. So therefore, you cannot just say, oh, because somebody is in the military, then it is not a Nigerian. A Nigerian is. I listened to a speech about someone. He said the problem with us as Nigerian is that we are so materialistic that some people can sell their parents for money. So therefore, selling the intelligence for money does not make any difference. So when integrity is at stake, insecurity can easily blossom. So some people will do it for political reasons, some people will do it for monetary reasons, some people will do it for power reasons. A lot of things are coming into fore. Some people you say most in the army, or some people who are most in the army are doing it because of the money they make from it. We've seen people, security agents who are selling ammunition to bandits, who are selling ammunition to armed robbers. In the days of Anini, in those days, armed robbery, a police officer was the one giving them arms to go and rob, and he was eventually caught and was executed. So it is not a new thing in Nigeria. It's not a new thing in Nigeria.
It's called Iyamo.
Inspector Iyamo. Inspector Iyamo, who was giving ammunition to go and rob. So the thing is, so it's not a common thing. It's not a new thing in Nigeria. When you see people who will sell their parents, who will sell their bowl of porridge, so it is not. So what you are saying is right. There are people who are in government not for political reason, but for the money they are making from it. There are some people who are in it for the power they are getting from it. Some people are also milking from it, from international influence they have from it. Some people are doing it for economic purpose because they are gaining grounds in the area they are doing, so that they can do it for mines and power they're getting in there. So a lot of things are involved. So if America comes with intelligence support, equipment, and all the stuff, we will eventually make headway. But at the moment, the political will is there, the support is there. So let's hope and pray that there will be a resolution to this.
Let's hope and
Because
pray that
every life matters. Every life matters. Either
Yes.
Christian, Muslim, or not. Every life matters.
Gentlemen, but there are conditions, there are clauses to the United States coming to cooperate with us. They demand for one Sunday Jackson. I don't know if you all know the story of Sunday Jackson. They demand that he be released. Now, Sunday Jackson is that man that killed a bandit in the process of trying to defend himself. So now they are saying, why hold him if he's trying to defend himself? What about that, George? Will that condition be?
Well, yeah, like what you said, the U.S. Nigerian framework, which includes they're talking about one of the major issues, that the U.S. is actually making a demand, is calling out for in Nigeria over the case of Sunday Jackson, a farmer sentenced to death for killing an armed herdsman who attacked him on his own farm. Okay, the lawmakers say this is a clear case of self-defense and basically making Jackson's release one of the first conditions for the U.S.-Nigerian security partnership to really get on going. This has become a major point of controversy because Jackson was convicted even after explaining he was defending himself, and many see his sentence as a huge injustice and a dangerous precedent. And what is happening is this is one of the major problems. It's ideological. Think about it for a moment. You have so many sympathizers among these herdsmen. So many sympathizers. Many of them are rich men. Many of them are, a cow. One cow today is worth about $1.2 or $1.3 million naira. So you think about it for a moment. And when you have 100 of them, how much is 100 million plus? If you have 200, you're almost becoming a millionaire. A billionaire, as a matter of fact. So what is happening in Nigeria? You have so many sympathizers, and these sympathizers are the ones that are actually using the herdsmen, supplying them equipment, supplying them military equipment that they can use to protect and to defend themselves, when they're going out there. So what we are seeing is when you have people ideologically aligning themselves with what is going on, because to them it's not a strange thing that people will go in the forest and live. They are nomads. It's okay by them. So they call them our brothers. And you see them again negotiating with these terrorists, then wearing green camouflage that the military will kill somebody for wearing camouflage. And yet they will come negotiate with these things, wearing army uniforms, and they allow them. So this is one of the major ideological issues that we are having in Nigeria, is one of the major hindrances to the success of this. Because how do you know that these equipments that are going to be supplied to us will not end up in their hands? How do you know? So
how do you know? Yeah. Dr. Olufemi, yes, go ahead. I see that you are smiling.
I have it. I will defy a little bit, Sir George, on this, because I would say with so much with a little bit of caution in this. I am more into the Miyetti Allah information than you think I am. While I was in Nigeria, I was a member of Miyetti Allah because I buy cows from the north. I'm talking about 30 years ago. I buy cows from the north in bulk, in trailers, and I sell in Lagos. Kara in Lagos was one of the places I own a stall in Kara. Now, let me explain this carefully because we are mixing two things. Most of the people that own the cows in the north, they may be Christians, they may be Muslims, they are not actually the terrorists. Let's clarify this. They are not the terrorists.
They're not.
Hold on. Let me explain. They are also victims of bandits and terrorists. They are victims. Let me explain something. For example, if I buy a trailer cow, a load of cow for maybe about 80 million in Kaduna and in Katsina Allah, and I transfer it all the way to Lagos, 80 million will fetch me about 200 million in Lagos. All right. So that is a lot of money. Now, but if I transport it by road, it may cost me about, say, about 4 million, all right, or 5 million. But if I transfer it by foot, it will cost me, say, about 300,000. All right. But what that is with the nomads. The nomads now are now victims of bandits. Let me explain how this works. While they are coming on the road, the bandits come back with trailers, kill the nomads, and put the cows in the trailers and drive off. Now, the owners of a cow that spent 80 million, that's expecting 250 or 200 million in Lagos, will now go and buy a 1 million naira ammunition for the nomad to protect himself and protect his cow, just to protect himself and protect his cow. But because the nomads are not educated and they feel that they've been victims of bandits and harassment all these years, all of a sudden they have ammunition in their hands. And whenever they go into farms or go into places, they use these ammunitions because they were not trained, they are not educated. They are not trained and not educated. Most of the time, when these bandits kill these nomads, they've killed them 2 weeks before anybody could notice that they've been killed. One, because when the cow doesn't arrive in Lagos, we realize that they've been killed. When they arrive, all of a sudden the cow disappear. Now, a man that's put 80 million to a business and is expecting 200 million would easily buy ammunition of 1.2 million, 3 million for the nomads. So they are not, when they arm these nomads, they are not actually because they want to kill farmers or they want to kill anybody on the road. They actually want to protect themselves. But before you know it, Nigeria, everybody has power. You know I am. You and everybody has, all of a sudden, power is in the hands of a nomad. He starts shooting the Jackson, starts shooting somebody on the road. So the issue there is this. The bandits now, all of a sudden, the bandits now are now becoming friends to these nomads because now they realize that if they are in tandem, they can easily use the cows to. So they are it's a very complex situation. Very complex security situation.
Dr. Femi, I'm happy you brought up this topic. I have an insight. You said it so well, but I have also some insight during these cattle rearers and owners and all of that. Cattle rustling. I sat down with a couple of them, virtually some owners, and one time I also made some comments here on this network, and George and some others. For me, and they didn't allow me even say what I wanted to say. I had some secrets I wanted to tell them. You know that it is the interesting thing is
you were basically saying that a lot, most of these cattle are owned by Christians.
Yeah, so, yes, I was not most. Many Igbo people, some businessmen have also gone into that business. So I was going to say something. I said this to Governor Donald Duke of Cross River, former governor. We had this conversation. I told him, why not federal government look into that cattle rearing business, since that's a big, massive money-making venture there? Why not we really have a sit down with everybody, stakeholders, owners of the cow, the cattle rearers, everybody. Let's sit down and look into that thing, since it is an aspect of Nigerian life, and but you see, nobody wants to hear this. So this makes it more complex because nobody wants to sit down and talk. Nobody is ready to dialogue. So everything is just rowdy, and it's opening more tension, more problems, more casualty in this whole thing. What you're saying, I very much understand. I didn't even know you're part of these business owners. I know so many young Nigerians are all in the business till now. Do you know some of the Igbo young boys you see, Kubana and all these names, they all have cows, not small number, thousands of cows they own, those Igbo men. So it's a serious thing that I think is high time we could even have a ministry for that, since it's an aspect of our economy.
There is a
ministry
of livestock.
Not the
no. There's a ministry. There's a ministry of livestock now.
Yes, that livestock, but it's not as focused on the issue as I wanted to.
Of course, yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Also, while we're still talking all of this, still more people are still being killed, like George said. More people, headsmen are still ambushing people, killing them. This morning, it is 5 police officers, our servicemen, killed in Bauchi, George. Bauchi State had 5 Nigerians this morning, 5 policemen this morning killed. So, when do you think this American thing is coming? How fast can it be? I mean, we need them to start all of the operation, not talk. We need this thing to really get going so that this killing, look at throughout the weekend, more kidnapping. The federal government will come out and deny some. Do you know the Nasarawa thing? The police is denying it, federal government is denying it, but on ground say it's true. They say Nasarawa, the girls were kidnapped, but police gave the
we saw about that. I was reading about 4 mobile police officers that were killed and 2
Bauchi.
others injured after suspected armed herdsmen ambushed security personnel in Uday village, Guma local government of Benue State during an attempted attack on several communities and the Otese ID camp. Also, security forces, including the military and the local residents, resisted multiple invasions and attempts in Dauda, and many other places. So this is reinforcing, including the special tactical units and APC have been deployed to Uday, Daudu to prevent further attacks and restore stability. Now, we saw what happened recently where our president actually is telling all the police officers that are protecting individuals and all these rich people to leave those jobs alone, come back and join the police force in order to help with the insurgencies. And then and he's saying that we must develop a tactical units like civil defense and train them so they can be used in these areas. And let me tell you something. If you remove all these security police officers that are being used as houseboys these days for madams, when they're taking them around, they're carrying their bags and doing all these things, put them back into the force and let people go and find themselves security personnel that can protect them. That's when you will start seeing people talk around, because most of these rich guys, they have police officers following them all over the place. So when you're crying about insurgency and terrorist attack, they don't care, because they protected themselves. And a lot of all these parliamentarians and all the politicians, they go out with masses of vehicles to protect them. So to them, it's like, who cares? Why bother? They have like a lackadaisical attitude towards bringing forces to stop this insurgency. So we really, I'm really applauding our president for what he is doing so far, and having not gone to Brazil, to South Africa, Brazil, and all these things, and staying home to man this up. We say, man up, Mr. President, and you are manning up. Kudos to you, sir. Good job. Continue with good job.
Thank you. Thank you for that point you brought up, George. Dr. Olufemi, yes, security attaché. We were going to talk about that earlier. But the policemen get better payment than being in the federal work. I mean, they get a lot. We've seen videos where a particular man that they were covering gave like 100,000 naira for as a bonus for that day. That's a video we saw, and we saw also the wife of one of our governors doing same. So, Dr. Olufemi, will the police really leave? The president can say his own, but will he work? Will they leave being private attaches to politicians and the rest?
And I think it's high time we do that. The civil defense, that's the purpose of how the civil defense were created. And before you know it, we are beginning to turn things upside down. Now, with a political will, it will happen. Because trust me, I want to say this without being politically biased. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the kind of person, if he is on something, he goes for it. If you remember, Lagos was one of the most notorious states before he became governor. Lagos was a notoriously insecure state before he became governor. Before you know it, after a while, everything just died down because what he did was to go to the core of everything and then got sorted. Now we've talked about economy. Yeah, we have economy side. We're talking about culture. Everything that we're talking about now, we're focusing on security. This is something that will be done, and this should be done because listen, this is something. This Hydra head is not something that developed overnight. It is something that's been on for many decades, and I want to say this without fear or favor. The time this is growing and is going wider has has poetical undertone in it as well. Now I tell you, go and check records of Nigeria. Whenever there's the year before the electoral year, insecurity goes up. Anytime there's a year before electoral year, insecurity goes up. And it's been a natural. And also, some people are also milking it in the army, in the civilian populace, in the political sphere. People are milking it. Even in the media. So in the media, some people are milking it. And unfortunate thing is that a lot of us are milking things in where we are stepping on the blood of fellow Nigerians. People are going to the smiling to the bank while stepping on the blood of fellow Nigerians. It is saddening. Like Sancho said, every Nigerian, yes, I am a Christian. I am a practicing Christian. I am a deacon in a Redeemed Church of God. But the thing is this, every Nigerian life matters. Either you are a believer or unbeliever, or you are a Muslim, you are an atheist, you are a traditional worshiper. A life of a Nigerian is sacred. It is not only about Christians alone, it is about every Nigerian. The truth is, who is killing the Nigerians? I will not run away from that. The Muslims are killing both Nigerians. The Islamists are killing both Nigerians, both Christians, Muslim, and otherwise. So that's it.
Yes, you talked about the civil defense. Let's talk about this a little. Viewers, if you're just joining us, I see some numbers there. If you're joining, we're discussing deep. We're taking it real deep here. Passionate and patriotic talk from George from Canada and Dr. Olufemi from UK. The civil defense, you said earlier, yes, that's the aspect that should protect citizens, and this is the people that the politicians and the whoever needs that protection should get. Why aren't they using the civil defense? Why do they choose the police rather and the military men and all of that should be in the front line of service? George, you know about the civil defense. I mean, every country has civil defense, even though the names could differ. So why are we leaving these people at their back doing nothing?
Because there was a paradigm shift in the way we were thinking. We feel like if you get the military involved or get the police involved, the security will be a little bit more because you can call for backup if there is any problem. So now that's the mentality that we had. Now I was just thinking about what Dr. Olufemi was saying about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. No, Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to stop this insurgency, but his hands are tied. His hands are tied. I am telling you right now, it is not easy to go after these people with all
because they are also in his cabinet. They are also in his
not only cabinet. That, with all the Fulani sympathizers, they are there. I am telling you. You see, now what I'm talking about ideology is the way they think. Most of them don't even consider these people are their enemies. They don't. They align with their mentality and ideology most of the time. And what happens with that is for you to come out after these people and be efficient and effective means that you're going to be stepping on a lot of toes in the north. You got to have a strong political ball. I mean, I'm talking about a big ball to go after this and insist on doing it without you being maligned or privately being spoken to that you should not be doing this. I am telling you, it's not an easy job, and the reason is because of the way they think. So I mean, if you given the opportunity, our president will eliminate these terrorists within 3 months. I can guarantee you that they will be eliminated, because we have the intelligence, we have the ammunitions, we have the the drones that can be used to find out where they are and go after them. But the point is, there are so many moles, people with self-interest in what is going on, protection of Sambisa forest, most of these gold mines and minerals and all that kind of stuff. These are things that they're using, and they're making a lot of money. So, think about it for a moment. Why is it that some people that are killing people, maiming them and destroying their lives, all of a sudden you're talking about, oh, repentant. They bring them out and give them thousands of them getting married, because they don't want to decrease their population in the north. So when you think about all these ideological, what I call strongholds in their minds, it is so difficult for any president to come up and go after these people without stepping on toes, political toes, religious toes, and tribal toes. So that's one of the major problems he's having. Believe me, he can do it.
Right. All right, gentlemen. Femi, I know you want to respond to that. Do you want to briefly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the issue of people always flog. Yeah, people always flog the issue of repentant terrorists. We have to be very sensitive in this, because I read a report on this repentant terrorists that we talk about. There are a lot of people that have been captured by these terrorists and being used as slaves and being recruited to work for them. So sometimes when the army overrun their leaders, and these people, maybe young people who were just captured and being used. For example, look at these girls, these Chibok girls. Assuming that they all being released, all right? Do you say they should go on trial and then get executed? No, they will have to rehabilitate them. A lot of young men are also captured and forced into this. So when you're talking about repentant bandits, repentant terrorists, there are people who are also captured and being forced into this crime. So when we talk about that, we don't just sweep them away and just say that. And that was one of the things that Amnesty International report says, that when the Nigerian army, go and read the Amnesty International report of 2024, when Nigerian army got some of them, because of the fact that they were confounded, they were executing them. And Amnesty International wrote a serious report about it, that they were not tried, they were not rehabilitated, they were just being killed. Because of that, the leaders of the Nigerian army were being targeted as war criminals, and they had to stop. So when we say this, why should they be repentant? Where should they be rehabilitated? It is not just fair. We have to put into consideration that some of these people, I'm not saying there are some who are not criminals. Some of them are victims, and they've been kidnapped for a while, and they have been yes. So
did you hear today?
All right, gentlemen. Let's
let me ask you this.
Okay.
Did you hear today what actually took place when they were basically mocking the government and telling them to come? See, let me tell you something. When you talk about repentance, it's all because listen to this. Listen to this. When you are not taking them through the legal system, jailing them, and not letting them go through the back door, like what has been happening, it's encouraging these people. Come on. Yeah, I'll go and do it tomorrow. I say I'm repented, so give me a wife and welfare, so I can be chopping and eating. Give me a free house, free money. What are you talking? We have a judicial system in Nigeria that we're supposed to take all of these people. When you capture them, let them go through that and jail them. When you begin to do that, then you will see there will be a lot of them that will not want to go, but because you give them a back door to get out through repentance and stuff. Most of them are going in. At the end of the day, I'm going to be repentant. You are
missing the point.
All right.
I'm not
all right, gentlemen.
I'm not missing the point. No, I'm not missing the point. I got what you're saying, but that should not be an excuse.
Okay. Assuming the Chibok girls, are returned, do they go to jail? The Chibok girls, assuming they are
all right, gentlemen. Sorry, gentlemen, let's do a small break so that we can strengthen ourselves, take some glass of water, I know how passionate you guys are on all of this, but I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. We will actually see a better Nigeria very soon. Like Femi will say, better Nigeria.
Amen.
Let's take a short
Amen.
break and we'll be back. Thank you.
Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines.
King Guayas, who joined
In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay.
It's unfortunate that President Trump has been misinformed. This false narrative that there's some persecution or a genocide.
why isn't it a genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
We don't want to be the next Sudan.
You dispute the numbers that have been reported to have been killed, but you have no idea how many Christians have been killed.
We are not hiding any facts.
Right now, you have an Islamist government in Nigeria. There is a reason that we're seeing these Islamic militants going around and yelling Allahu Akbar. That's not by coincidence.
It's easy for her to sit thousands of miles away and play games with people's lives.
Have performed several burials because the Islamic are controlling the government. Let me tell you, there's a genocide in Nigeria.
Gentlemen, you're welcome back. Viewers,
Thank you.
welcome. Between the Line, 24th November of 2025. The issue in Nigeria is so serious. You know, we could go on and on and on talking more about it and all of that. But let's just say a few of what happened during the weekend. Also, we saw the release of those people that were captured, the church worshippers that were captured. But the president said, the governor of the state said the president did it. He actually owned up to that. Dr. Femi, that's a kudos to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's been able to rescue the lives of 30, I think it's about 38 of them. Gentlemen, what will you say? Yes.
So if you rescued them, where are the insurgents? Where are those terrorists? What happened to them? Was there any captured? Was there any arrested? Was there any jailed? Man, come on, man. Are we so foolish that, you know, sometimes, you know, let's be for real, for goodness sake. Okay, we saying, oh, we telling the president did it. What did the president do? Did he pay them to release these people? Did you go there, send the military there to come and rescue them? So if they did, where are they? Where are they right now?
Where are they?
How did they, release these people? Were they paid? Was, me, because, listen to me though. You see, when we think wholesomely. We don't just think factionally. I mean, because there are left and right, and there are middle and center of every story. So where are the terrorists that these people were captured from? What happened to them? Were they negotiated and paid for them to release them? Was money given to them in order to look good? Because you want to make a story whole. Don't give me, crumbs under the table type of story,
Yeah.
and then you're going to tell me, it's a question that every Nigerian needs to ask that question.
Yes, good perspective, George. Dr. Olufemi, we remember last week they caught. Yes, they caught some of them. They were flogging them in the public there. Then they said, "No, let's leave them for security men to come pick them up." Why is it done haphazardly, like George is saying? Why is all of this whole thing?
Let me tell you something. We are beginning to think like, we want to think on behalf of a military. If you know the number of terrorists that the Nigerian army neutralize, if you know the number of terrorists Nigerian armies kill off all the time, they won't be doing do you want them to be doing a jamboree of dead bodies on TV? We are making it look as if we want to do it. We are watching movies. Listen, there was the other day. When they had a journalist, the NSA had a meeting with journalists, and he showed them videos of neutralized bodies of terrorists. The journalists were shocked. The thing is this: for example, the commander, the major general that was killed by the terrorists the other day. They've gone into the terrorist enclave. They must have killed the people there. The army will not go and doing show of dead bodies on television. We want to make it as if we want to watch a movie. We want one movie. Oh, because they've rescued. If they go to the enclave and kill people there, army will not go and do the demonstration of dead bodies. We are talking about real life issues here. Army goes into there all the time. But when Nigerian army officers, personnel are killed, that is when it becomes news and becomes something that hurts us. But when these people are neutralized, nobody. It's not something that we should be. Please, we're making it look as if we want to watch movie.
Stop being politically correct, please. These people, when they do their atrocities, when they do their atrocities, they showcase everything, video and everything. If you are going after the terrorists, they are the enemies, and if you kill them, there is nothing wrong with showing them to discourage others. So why are you hiding it? Are they not enemies? Are they not killing people? So why can't you just showcase that, okay, we are doing this, this is what we have done, they resisted us and we killed them. They are enemies. What are you talking? Stop being politically correct. I don't think. Are you afraid of the Northerners that they're going to say, oh, you're killing our people? Is that what the reason why you don't want to show it? Don't they have ammunitions? Is it not warfare? If the military is killed, they show it. But when they kill them, they don't show it. That's the reason why they are encouraged and they continue to do what they do.
At least they showed our general being killed like an
animal.
And that was really very, very sad, very pathetic.
Stop all right, this political correctness and face the truth and deal with it decisively so that they can stop this nonsense. We are just pampering them like eggs. What the heck?
So anyway, viewers, we saw the families of those people that were brought back, rescued from the Sunday worship attack. Let's see that clip, a small clip. Yeah, those were the families of some of the, when they heard they've come, their husbands, their brothers, their sons are back. It was real jubilation in Kwara State. Gentlemen, it's really sad what we're saying here, all of what is happening. And Dr. Olufemi observed something last time, and that was really, I mean, he said this thing has even escalated the past month that Trump said he's coming. So what is the rationale between this thing escalating? We've never had it before like this. Now people are saying they are buying guns, people are arranging guns, churches now are making plans to have tight security, guns and everything. And this is coming when America said they are coming to help us. What's that rationale? Dr. Olufemi, what do you think could be the rationale behind the escalation of this whole thing when we're getting succor, when we're getting some solution?
That's the poetical aspect of this. Also, we also know that, for example, if armed robbers know that the owners or the properties is getting armed, all we do is that it will retreat to go and reorganize itself. But this time around, it is escalating. Because the people behind this have an agenda. The agenda is to destabilize Nigeria even before. That is one. Secondly, this thing that is being done, the government and the military would have also upped their game. So therefore, what they must do is that they want to up their game as well. It must be in the burner. It must be in the forefront of the news. It must be happening. And that's why it's happening. Now look at this. They are now going to schools. It's not becoming a constant thing. They're going to church randomly now. Now they're not even staying in the middle belt anymore. They are coming further down. And that shows that there is a motive behind it. There's not only political, there's also regional motive behind it. Now, and also, we look at the ammunitions that these people are carrying, and we call them bandits. They are not bandits. There's an agenda behind it. These ammunitions are into millions, hundreds of millions of naira. This is what they are carrying, and they are having rocket launchers. They're carrying rocket launchers. The bikes are coming, brand new bikes are coming. Where are they coming in from? Somebody somewhere, some people somewhere are sponsoring this. And therefore, we not just look at they are just bandits, just call them bandits. They're bandits. They're not just bandits. These are organized
terrorists.
crime. These are organized
Terrorists.
The money they're collecting in ransom. How do that money how do it disappear? How do it go back into the system? The money they're talking about, they take hundreds of millions. The hundreds of millions. If you just take 100 of million, take 200 million into where they spend them? How they spend them? How did it go back into the system? The money is naira. They collect more naira. So how do you go back into the system? So this is organized crime. They just call them bandits. They just brandish them bandits. These are organized crime, and there are people, hierarchy people like George and Gumi, the hierarchy people involved.
Gumi will support them. All right, gentlemen, let's move on to later.
No. See, because he asked him a question. Let me respond to that. In addition to what he's saying.
Okay.
The point is, it's a military strategy that they are using.
Okay.
When Trump said guns are blazing and they're going to come through the air and possibly ground troops, what they are doing is this. If you remember, after they killed that general, the fighter jets went and showed us picture of something that they did where they cleared a few bandits or whatever the case might be. Whether that is real or not, we don't know. We cannot confirm it. But what we're saying is this: when they have all these kidnapped children among them, it would deter any type of military airstrikes. That's a strategy. These people are intelligent, and they have somebody working with them who is giving them, information on how to do these things. So they have people, moles in the top, that are telling them what to do, what not to do, and what to do in order to prevent certain type of things. So when you have all these children, Trump will be foolish to send an airstrike to clear them, because you're going to clear innocent children. And the only other way to do this is to go through ground troop. And ground troop, you have to work with Nigerian military in order to do so. So that is what is really happening. And you see this increase in insurgency. What they're doing is they are grabbing as many as possible. And more than likely, what is happening now that we're seeing is some of these escapees are simply because there's too many of them to house and to keep together at the same time. So some of them are able to sneak out and to run away. So that's what we're seeing.
Guys are dropping knowledge here. Okay, gentlemen, let's move a little bit further to other things around the world. During the weekend also, we saw that Israel took out a top Hezbollah commander. They call him Ali Tabati, I think so. So will this? The question here is: will this begin to reduce the power of Hezbollah and all these the atrocities and rowdiness in that part of the world? Let's see the clip, small short clip on the office. You know, Israel has this very interesting way of going for their targets. When there's a target, they get him. They get interested. So, but will taking this guy out, will this reduce? Will this reduce Hezbollah's?
Number one, who is sponsoring them? Who is sponsoring Hezbollah? It's Iran. It's Iran. So what we're seeing here, Israel has carried out a major airstrike in Beirut, killing senior Hezbollah commander. You know, I think his name is Haitham Ali Al-Tabatai, or whatever how you pronounce his name. You know, despite an existing ceasefire, the strike hit a crowded residential area, leaving at least 5 people dead and dozens injured. So Hezbollah says Israel has crossed a red line, while Israel insists the group is rebuilding its military capabilities and must be stopped. Tensions are rising as both sides accuse the other of violating the ceasefire agreement. So what you see in international pressure is mounting with Lebanon, calling the world to rein in on Israel's action and to urge U.S. Lebanon move fast, you know, and the U.S. urging Lebanon to move faster in, you know, tracking Hezbollah. Fears of wider conflict is really growing. So what we're seeing is, you know, these people, as much as the ceasefire is there, so Israel knew that they were rebuilding their military capabilities. So when Gaza is finished, they will start attacking, because, you know, they've been attacking from Hezbollah until they went there. But, you know, I don't understand it. When you know somebody that is greater than you, why do you keep on going? You keep on they keep on targeting your military commanders and killing them, and you're still doing it. What is the motivation? Is it because of being a martyr so that you can have 7 virgins when you die? Is that the motivation?
Dr. Femi, yes, Dr. Femi, we know that since Hezbollah controls Lebanon government, I mean, it has really brought problem on this Lebanese. The Lebanon had no issues with Israel until they allowed this group of people to be in their government. Tell us, will this man's elimination reduce some of these confrontations and conflicts there?
Of course, definitely will. Listen, Israel and these strikes, which are targeted strike, they have reasons for it. And so the more they take out their leaders, the more you see that Hezbollah and Hamas is getting weaker and weaker. Because what happened is this: they are saying that they are not secure anywhere. There's no security for them anywhere they hide, they can be targeted. And Sir George said something that why are they doing this? The ideology of I'm not holding back. The ideology behind the kind of Islam these people propagate is so evil that I saw recently a woman in Gaza now glorifying that she has 4 children and she had used them as suicide bombers. Yes, martyrs. Imagine a woman glorifying that she has sent her children to be killed. Where so now they protect their children.
Now they're in paradise. Now they're in paradise.
Yes,
can you imagine?
They're in paradise. Where mothers protect their children. These evil-minded people are seeing killing their children as something to glorify. So they are not like us. They can't think straight like us. They can't relate like us. Now, can I just drop this? I know say that I live in the United Kingdom, and the West, inside the United Kingdom, is in danger of this kind of group of people. There are a lot of them in the United Kingdom now coming through the boats, and they are so aggressive within the cities in the West. In the West, now to the extent that they are attacking people who are preaching on the street, high street. Oh, how are you preaching? Your preaching is disturbing me. on the street of United Kingdom. And they are getting area. They say, oh, this Sharia area in United Kingdom. And anytime anybody says anything against them, United Kingdom, oh, you are Islamophobic. You are Islamophobic. They are arresting people who are complaining about this. Government of United Kingdom is arresting people who are complaining about this. Why these people are just spreading their tentacles? They are designating area. They say they are collecting tax for people because they want to give them protection. United Kingdom, and the government is saying nothing about it. Anyway, like you said, they have infiltrated every area of the world, and they are getting into the United Kingdom gradually, to the extent that if you see in schools now, they are teaching people how to pray in Islamic way inside schools.
Yeah.
And if you complain about it, they say you are Islamophobic. Islamophobic. And that is the danger. And this is what they do when they go gradually. When you have 1 or 2 children, they have 7. Do you know that in this country, they have men that have 4 or 5 wives in this country are living in this country? And what they do is that the wives will claim, the wife will be on benefit, claiming that they don't know where the husband is. Will be on benefit living on the states. While you and I were working, they'll be living on the states. And they live on benefit of the states, and they'll be doing that. There's a report that says in there that 76% of white people are on benefit, but the about 30% of are Asians, and these Asians are Muslims who are now they are spreading gradually. They are on benefit. Why? Because they have 4, 5, and 6 wives. And they are bringing their families in, and they are marrying them, and they are married within their community, and they are having lots of children who are on benefit. So you find it that this ideology that is spreading, and it's a dangerous trend.
Dr. Femi, somebody just wrote in through the WhatsApp link and said, Dr. Femi is giving a very deep insight here now. So it's on the WhatsApp spread. I don't know how to bring it on the screen. Anyway, thank you very much.
Listen to this. Dr. Femi, Israel believes in strike the shepherd and scatter the sheep. That's what they are. That's what they do. Go after these military generals or the people on top. When they strike them, the people below, they get confused. They don't know what to do. And if you raise up another one, it will take them a little while for them to get organized. Yes, so that's what they are. They believe in that. And that's why wherever you are, you can hide, but they will get you.
They will get you. All right, gentlemen, the two of you are men of what they call men of God. We would have gone into this topic, but we might reserve that for another time. Israel is going now looking for the lost tribe of their family. So they found some in India. India now has a large Israeli tribe. Now they say there's a 5-year plan. They are bringing all of them back to Israel. But one thing they do when they bring their lost brothers to join them, they give them guns and tell them you have to defend the country too. So Indians are coming. Yeah, so they found their brothers in India, their brothers and sisters. So they are doing a 5-year plan to migrate all of them to Israel. They call them the lost tribe. So we'll talk about that next time. George and Femi, I know you guys are biblical scholars. You know some of these stories. So also wrapping it up, I don't know if you listen to reggae music, Dr. Femi.
Oh my God, my man. I grew up with Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah, Jimmy Cliff, the legend. Jimmy Cliff is gone. Come on, I can see clearly now the rain. What are those songs, George?
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want.
But you must try.
Try. You saw that last.
That's right.
Yeah. So, viewers,
are music. That's music. Not organized noise that we have now.
So anyway, the reggae star Jimmy Cliff has passed on, died at 81. Leaving a landmark of music worldwide. Yes, indeed, landmark of music. Jimmy Cliff was everybody's favorite. Even if you're not a reggae love music person, he sings general song. Is that not so, gentlemen?
Yeah. Many rivers to cross, and he's role in the classic film, The Harder They Come.
Yeah.
And Grammy winner, rock and roll Hall of Famer. His music inspired generations and brought reggae to the whole world, especially in Nigeria. Growing up as a little boy, we used to listen to Jimmy Cliff all the time and Bob Marley. So may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Yes.
We are missing a really icon. Right,
an icon, yes, a global icon. So that's it, gentlemen.
Also before we go,
tell us.
I also put in there. So hello, before we go, I also want to demonstrate with the Awolowo family who lost their first grandson.
We said that. We said that last time. Yes, we did that. So, yes, we announced that last Friday. Segun Awolowo. Yes, I met him on one occasion. Like his father, intelligent man, and he was able to chair some governmental agencies. He was a great guy.
As a little boy under UPN, Awolowo's party those days, when they came to Onitsha, they really sponsored, they left me with a lot of money. I was a little boy, and I was standing in front of our house, and they passed by, was asking me questions. I will never forget it. Green 404. They gave me one Green 404, gave me a driver to organize things for them. And when they were leaving, they left me with a briefcase full of money. Because I'm serious.
Egunje, George, you took some Egunje. That's
so I've been chopping money.
So I took the briefcase and I was giving it to, I think his name was Steven. He's a treasurer. He's like, Chief said that we should leave you with whatever that is left in there. I say, what? I went back into my room again, and I looked, it was stacks of brand new bills, man.
George, you'll be taking government a back kick and a good jet.
So,
Right, Dr. Femi, what's the last word for today? We're going now, viewers. We're having fun here, and we know you.
I pray for Nigeria. I pray that Nigeria will succeed. I pray that this insecurity thing will subside, because every Nigerian life matters, either Muslim, Christians, or atheists, or traditional worshiper. Every Nigerian life matters, and I hope that we get it right, security-wise, and I hope everyone come on board, and just the American help makes a difference in all this. And anyone that is sitting somewhere, hoping that we use this as a means of getting richer or getting political power, that the Lord Almighty will deal with them.
Expose them, disgrace them. All right, George, is there anything else?
Yeah, my final word is, I'm still praying for my president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Please consider that God will give you wisdom to know how to deal with Nnamdi Kanu. Because, regardless of how things are in that country, let that man breathe a little bit. Find out wisdom in your heart to know what to do with him, to release him to the people, even under conditions. And I pray that God will continue to give you the strength and the wisdom to lead Nigeria to that place we're supposed to be. Let there be peace in Nigeria. Let's understand how to be able to celebrate our differences, because diversity should be our strength in that country. One Nigeria, one love.
One Nigeria, one love. Gentlemen, beautiful. Thank you so much, George Chukwu from Toronto, Canada. Thank you, Dr. Olufemi Oba. This is it. You put it through. Our viewers, till we come again on Wednesday. This has been Between the Lines, SSM Between the Lines. We say, how we say it is, we give news update from the African in diaspora standpoint. So stay with us as we come through with all the updates. God bless you. Have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.